Welcome to Scramble Bedtime Stories. Tonight we're reading The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse from Animal Stories for Bedtime. The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse. A little furry mouse lived in a burrow by a river. His nest was soft with leaves, his cupboard stuffed with berries. One morning, the little mouse heard a rustling in the undergrowth. "Surprise!" called a familiar voice. It was his big cousin from the town. "I thought I'd pay you a visit," said the town mouse, "and get some country air." "How lovely to see you," replied the country mouse. "I hope you like it here." The town mouse looked at the towering trees and looming hills. "So what shall we do?" he asked. "Let's find some grass to make your bed and gather some nuts for dinner," said the country mouse. "Then I'll take you to the waterfall." The town mouse twitched his whiskers hesitantly. "Lead the way," he said, and scampered after his little cousin. By sunset, he was wet, tired, and starving. "Don't you have anything other than nuts and berries to eat?" he asked. The country mouse offered him some seeds. "Yuck!" spluttered the town mouse. He stretched out in his bed. "This grass is too scratchy. I'd prefer newspaper." The country mouse found him some moss. "I suppose that's slightly softer." The next day it just rained and rained and rained. The country mouse was happy weaving grass and making berry jelly, but his cousin was bored. "There's nothing to do," he complained. "You must come and stay with me. There's never a dull moment where I live." A shy smile crept beneath the country mouse's whiskers. "Why not?" he said. The next day they set off through the quiet woods and down a country lane. Gradually, buildings rose up on either side. People tramped up and down, and cars roared back and forth. It was evening before they reached the town mouse's home. The sky glowed orange with street lights, and the noise from the road was deafening. "Watch out for the bike!" cried the town mouse as whirling wheels whizzed past them. It nearly hit me," the frightened mouse said. "You're fine, just follow me closely." He crawled into a pipe, crawled along a stinky tunnel, and came out through a hole into a large tiled kitchen. "Dinner time!" announced the town mouse. The country mouse let out a squeak of delight. He'd never seen so much food. The table was laden with cakes, and the floor was flecked with crumbs. "Let's eat!" said the town mouse, grappling his way up the tablecloth. His wide-eyed cousin scrambled after him. "I don't know where to start," he murmured. He was nibbling on a cake crumb when, "Cat!" cried the town mouse. A large tabby cat had padded silently into the room and was crouching, ready to pass. "This way!" the town mouse shouted, racing the length of the table and making a daring leap for the mouse hole under the kitchen sink. His little cousin scurried after him, reached the edge of the table, and froze. It was a long way down. "Meow!" went the cat behind him, sending the terrified mouse over the edge. He landed with a bump and missed the mouse hole, missing the cat's outstretched claws by a whisker. "What did I tell you?" said the town mouse cheerfully. "Never a dull moment." The country mouse stared in wonder at his cousin's clean, airy home. Then he saw a large eye glinting through the entrance hole, and a shiver ran down his tail. "How can you ever relax?" he whispered. "Who wants to relax when there's an adventure around every corner?" replied the town mouse. He slid open a matchbox to reveal a golden nugget of cheese. "Here, have a bite." "Thanks," said the country mouse, "but I'm not hungry anymore. I just want to go home." "To your quiet little burrow?" asked the town mouse in surprise. His cousin nodded. "I think I'd rather have the berries and nuts in peace," he said, "than cheese and pie in fear." The town mouse opened his mouth to reply, then shrugged and took a bite of cheese instead. The next morning he waved his cousin goodbye. "Come and visit any time," he cried. "You too," replied the country mouse. Do you think they ever did? Good night, Scramble friends. Sleep well.